This content was created purely for entertainment and informational purposes. The creators of this vlog do not endorse drinking and driving, debauchery, underage drinking, public intoxication, speeding, street racing or any other form of delinquency. I'm just a guy, with a drink, talking about cars. Please don't take this too seriously.
Once again, back at your boy, the Killer Bee, the Fat Man, the Africanized Honeybee, the Car Guy Blog 05 Guy, at 05car on Twitter, at 05car on Instagram, at 05car on Facebook. So I know what you're thinking. What kind of car guy is he? And all he's talked about is radio-controlled airplanes for the last week. Fair enough. The gas crisis kind of caught me by surprise and put me in a bad place, and I'll just explain it this way. My Stinger, the 240SX, is in a storage unit 60 miles from where I physically live. Without the availability of easily available cheap gasoline, my ability to run back and forth and fidget with that car or do anything where I used to live becomes difficult. So I'm sitting here in a rural area, and I'll explain to you how rural it is. Today is Sunday, May 16th, and I just bought gasoline for the first time in about 12 days. And of course, gas has only been short for about 6 of those days, but sometimes that's how life works out. I don't have a job, so I don't drive a whole lot anyway, just because there's not a lot of places to go. But for me to get gas this morning from my car and my mother's car took me 53 minutes because the nearest gas station with gas is almost 9 full miles away. And the first 2 miles of that is driven at very low speeds because it's inside a residential area. So if you can imagine, I got up, got in my car, drove over there, pumped, I don't know, 10 gallons, because I was a little bit less than half a tank. So about 10 gallons. Drove back, parked my car, grabbed my mother's car, drove back, filled that one up, ran in, grabbed a Coke and a coffee cake, and then came back. So between the two cars, I drove almost 40 miles to buy a total of 18 gallons worth of gasoline, just so we could both have gas so that if we want to go somewhere we can, because we've basically been sitting in the house. Aside from me going to get my mail every couple of days, we've been sitting in the house all week because there just wasn't a lot of gas. I went to my job interview Thursday, which was 180 something mile round trip. I was able to use her car to do that, and one of the reasons why I filled her car back up is because I used half a tank earlier in the week and there just wasn't any gas available on the return trip. So I knew that when given the opportunity, I would refill her car for her because I owed her that much. Yeah, this is a reminder of things to come. You know, since I've been a young child, and I was born after the gas crisis of 1973, but I saw the transition between big V8 powered sedans and little teeny tiny Japanese cars. I mean, my parents went from a big old Chevy Impala of the 70s into a 1981 Subaru 4-cylinder hatchback, and that was long before Subarus were cool, so quite a transition there. But for a family of 4 with 2 small children, I mean, the Impala was overkill for us. My sister and I could both lay down asleep across the back seat of the Impala with room to spare. You know, both of us could easily fit inside the trunk of that car with luggage and a spare tire. That car was enormous. Wandering off point. So when I started this channel, I always said that sometimes I would veer off into hobbies because I have a lot of hobbies. I love RC planes. I love model rockets. I play golf, although you won't see any golf videos on this channel because I'm horrible at golf. But I always knew it wouldn't be all cars all the time because A, I'm not a mechanic. B, when I started this channel, not only did I have a job, but I think I was still in school. I was definitely still in school. So I was a part-time graduate student, full-time engineer, and I fit car stuff in when I could. And now that I'm unemployed, of course, cars cost money, and I'm really trying real hard not to buy a bunch of go-fast goodies. I mean, I had to pay Velocity Motorworks a couple $1,000 for the work they did on my car this year, and that's fine. That work was long past due. Some of the things they did for me were things that I would have done myself eventually, but they had the car and I had the money, so go ahead and do it. But obviously I can't go and buy, carbon fiber doors and plexiglass rear windows and a new carbon fiber hood and new bumper, all those kinds of things. That car's still riding on tires that are probably 17 years maybe. Anyway, point is, they're just round black objects to keep the car from sitting on the ground. I'm going to have to buy a new set of tires, and I have a lovely set of rims to put those tires on, but I don't want to do that until I'm employed again and have a house of my own. I don't want to bring my hobby cars into my mom's garage and mess up her garage and, put one of her cars outdoors. That's not right. So bear with me the next few months. My recording schedule has been a little bit interrupted of late, but me and May are going to get back to regular recording sessions, and then you'll see some more of the sort of historical content of my days when I did this as my primary hobby. There'll be some drag strip stuff. There'll be some car models and cars stuff. I think I've used up literally all the actual race footage that I have, but there are some other events that I attended as spectators that we'll be covering. And we're going to do some more profiles on historical figures in motor racing like Willie T. Ribbs and Michel Mouton. And then we might veer into some racers that I just have a personal affinity for, like Alain Prost or Mario Andretti, Michael Andretti, some of those things. So it'll be a slightly different flavor, but it'll still focus on a lot of car related stuff. And I got some Hot Wheels stuff coming up soon. That's a project that I'm working on. That won't be ready before midsummer, but stay tuned for some die-cast stuff because that's going to be pretty interesting. But I'm still car focused. I just since I've been flying the planes regularly, and it's quick and easy to do a video update on that because I've got the hat-mounted GoPro so I can see the plane while I'm flying it. Or not so I can see the plane, so y'all can see the plane while I'm flying it. And this is getting rambly, but I just wanted to address the fact that, yes, my content has not been terribly car focused of late, and I'm aware of that. But one of the things I'm trying to learn for YouTube is that the algorithm likes regular updates. And so when I don't have something car related, I still want to post something just so I'm providing regular updates to the channel because I know that helps. So it is what it is. There will be more coming soon. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for participating in this endeavor with me. And I'm going to be launching some things soon to try to grow the channel. I have seen the subscriber count go up recently, but I really want to hit one of those triple digit milestones. Like 100 would be nice, and then 250 after that. But we'll focus on 100 for right now. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm the Killer B. I'm out.